Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Tafaro, and today we're going to talk about sisterhood and some of the reasons why female relationships are so difficult. It's very difficult to maintain healthy female relationships, and so we're going to get a little bit into that. I saw a post on Instagram that spoke to us not having conversations about the PTSD that we get from friendships. We talk a lot about PTSD from relationships, toxic relationships, but we don't talk so much about the traumas that come from toxic friendships. And so I had it on my list that I was gonna discuss this thing. I just wasn't sure of the angle that I wanted to take with it. Recently my brother sent me a video from this young woman on YouTube, and she was talking about female friendships and basically expressing what she thought about it and how it seems elusive and almost like it doesn't really exist. She gave some opinions on it, and so it kind of sparked me to start the conversation that I wanted to have about PTSD from toxic friendships or friendships that have ended. One of the things I noted that she said was that she thought that women were competitive by nature. It's something that was ingrained, and I didn't really agree with that. I think that women are taught, we're conditioned to compete with each other. Competitiveness is not our nature. That's a masculine trait. Naturally we want to nurture, we want to care, we want to love, we want to share, we want to build. Women have been attracted to the women empowerment movement for a reason. We're attracted to it. When we hear about sisterhood, we're attracted to it. And me personally, the times that I've been in sister circles or I've done anything in sisterhood, it's always been a great experience for me. I've always found it very beneficial, and I feel like the women who are experiencing it with me as well feel the same way. They enjoy it. We love getting together. We love being in each other's company. We love sharing. We love caring for each other. We love to encourage and motivate each other. It's just eventually competition gets in the way. This young lady spoke also about competition and why she believes that women are so competitive with each other. So I'm gonna share some of the ones that she said that I agree with, and then I'll share some of the reasons I think that women are so competitive with each other. So one of the reasons, and I think it's a really valid point that she brought up, a lot of black women have complicated relationships with their mothers. I can relate as a woman who has had a complicated relationship with my mother, and I think a lot of women have complicated relationships with their mothers because they both compete with each other. I remember I saw on Instagram, I saw a post that said most women's first hater is their mother. And I don't know if I can say that about my own mother, but I can definitely say that she had that experience with her mother. I don't know that I can say me and my mother are competitive. I mean, maybe there is one instance, and this is gonna take me to the point that I'm gonna make soon about capitalism, because the most competitive period I remember for me and my mom was when she was a businesswoman and when I decided to start my business as well. She was the one who started a business first, and I was working for her, and then it eventually got to a point where I started working for myself, and so our businesses were separate, which is ridiculous because we're doing the same exact thing. It only makes sense that we were doing business together. In the video she also mentioned women's empowerment movement, and I wasn't really into it. I wasn't really drawn to women's empowerment movement, to be honest. Something about it just didn't feel very authentic to me, so I wasn't really jumping to go to these events for some reason. But it turns out that I wasn't wrong, because most women, when you ask them what they think about these women empowerment groups and events and so on, they'll tell you that it's just a lot of fakery, it's not real. What I found with a lot of these women empowerment groups is that they're really empowering women to be boss bitches. Generally, the one who is leading the pack is a woman who is an entrepreneur, a woman who has had a lot of success financially. Whether it is that a man has given her that financial success or she earned it on her own, and so she's encouraging women, empowering them to be as empowered as she is. A lot of the motivation behind that, to me, seems to be materialism. You know, they empower women to want to have success so that they can buy Gucci bags and Chanel purses. That's what it looks like to me. So for that reason, I'm not materialistic. So those things never really I was never drawn to it. I could be wrong, but that's just the impression that I got. But that takes me now to what I think is the main reason why women are so competitive with each other, which is materialism and consumerism. Products are always being marketed to women. Women like to shop, they like to buy clothes, they like to buy makeup, they like brand associations as well. They're motivated by those things. So a woman is either going to want to compete to have the high value man who can buy those things for her, or she's gonna compete in the workplace, she's gonna compete in terms of business. She wants to be an entrepreneur, she wants to be Miss Independent, she wants to be able to be comfortable financially so she can accumulate these things. And essentially it's just so she can be in a better position to compete with the other woman. I think that materialism is the main reason why women compete. Then there's a connection there also with women competing for men, but that's again something that is connected to materialism. It's money. It always comes down to money at the end of the day. All women want to have the highest earning man, or the man with the most potential. Every woman is attracted to alpha males. Every healthy woman is attracted to alpha males, and the alpha male is the man who can protect and provide. As much as modern women like to talk like they want to do everything for themselves, they love to brag about a man doing something for them too. Women will compete with each other to be the best catch for the best man. This is one of the reasons why I love polygyny. Because of the ratio imbalance, there are more women than men. And so women are always in competition for the best man. Even competing for, you know, an average man or a below average man, there's still a shortage. There's still a shortage. So there are lots of women who will end up single. In a situation where polygyny is considered, then more women can have a husband, can have a partner. So there's no need for women to be so competitive for a partner because they're sharing. I personally have had a lot of PTSD from friendships. I have had friends who I feel like after a while they start getting really competitive with me, and you know, naturally we're humans. I have ego, so if I'm not keeping my ego in check, I will bite the bait and jump into that competition and start competing as well. And you know, eventually I'm just like, I grow tired of it because I'm like, what is the real point of this? Because it's not beneficial to me, it's not beneficial to her. You know, I think it'll be better for us to really have some proper sisterhood than to be trying to boost our egos. For what reason? One thing my friends can tell you about me is that I'm friggin' grumpy. I can be miserable. and when I get mad, I can get to like a level 100, you know. And so that's the only thing. But otherwise, I mean, yeah, maybe sometimes I can be a little bit selfish, but most of the time I'm loving, I'm caring, I'm sharing, I'm very loyal to my friends. I look out for them, I have their backs, I'm supportive, I encourage them to do and start new things and try new things, to be their authentic selves as well. And here's why I appreciate my friends being their authentic selves, because when they're that, I'm comfortable to be my authentic self, and I can trust them to be honest with me and tell me like it is, you know, without hurting my feelings. Be honest with me and give me the truth, especially when I really need it. As I said earlier in the video, I've had some really good friendships as well, some really good relationships. I'm in a sister circle now that is one of the best things that has ever happened to me in my entire life. I love engaging with them, I love sharing with them. Let's talk about some solutions. How can we be better friends to each other? How can we really live in sisterhood with each other? The main thing that I would encourage women to do is to aspire to be a good friend. Just like you aspire to be a good woman in a relationship, you aspire to be a good woman to a man, aspire to be a good friend. Check yourself. How can I be a better friend to this person? How can I be a real sister to her? How can I support her? How can I encourage her? How can I make myself available when she needs someone to talk to, when she needs an ear? How can I be honest with her without breaking her? How can I celebrate her wins without feeling like I am less? All of those things. And I think that alone, just aspiring to be a better friend, if you just commit to that, how can I fix myself, fix the things in myself that may contribute to the poor friendships that I have? How can I fix those things? I think that will create a huge change in female relationships going forward. The next tip I would say is to create sister circles. It's not always easy because I've attempted it a few times and I've only been successful with what, like one, you know. So it's not an easy thing to do because one, it takes commitment, and so the other people within the group have to be as committed as you are and really want to connect and really want to make it work. One of the things, okay, I'll tell you how this sister circle was formed. This sister circle was formed from a sister retreat that I went to. All of us just kind of maintained our relationship after, and so we have a WhatsApp group where we share and we talk almost every day. We've connected with each other separately and in smaller groups, but we haven't all been together since that. But that's the only success I've really had with a sister circle. I've been invited to others as well, and nothing really came of it. I tried to start one. I was reading The Sacred Woman by Queen Afua. This was like my probably 4th or 5th attempt at reading it. The book encourages you to create sister circles. So I attempted to create a sister circle with a group of friends. You know, some were friends before and some, you know, I'd met on social media, and you know, so I'm always trying to, you know, something. I just remembering this now, that when I started Island Naturals, I really was trying to create a sister circle. I really didn't want to do it alone. I was really trying to bring together a group of women for us to create this community. I really wanted to connect with some women who had like minds, who were interested in self-love and natural hair, and I really was trying to create a sister circle, but it never worked out. It ended up being just me and one of my friends, Amana. It really takes commitment, it takes communication, and really just knowing and understanding that sisterhood is beneficial to you. It's good for you, it's good for us, it's good for us to share and commune with other women. And the quicker we wake up to that truth, the better it will be for us. And so I want to end the video with a poem. I actually shared it on I shared it on all platforms. I think I shared it on, not really on Facebook anymore, but I shared it on Instagram and I shared it on YouTube. But it's a poem, and it actually, I was having a conversation with my ex, and I was saying to him, I don't know why I've always ended up having serious challenges in my friendships, and I could never really understand why that is. I've really tried to check myself to figure out if it's me or what is it about them that I don't know, just something that I've always been puzzled by, but it's something that I expect that eventually it's gonna get to a point where either I'm gonna get some serious personal attacks, or it's gonna get extremely competitive. Next day he sent me this video. It's a poem, and the poem is called Sisterhood. When I heard the poem, I said to myself, this is exactly what I have in my mind as sisterhood, as true friendship, as true openness with a friend. The type of friendship where your husband is jealous. He's just like, am I your person or is she your person? You know what I mean? And secretly we are each other's persons, but we would never tell him that. The poem just really breaks it down, how raw and open and honest, and sometimes grimy, sometimes not pleasant, but there's still a commitment to each other and to being a sister. I'll leave a link in the description box to the full length of the video that you can watch. Alright guys, so thank you for watching. If there's anything, please let me know down below. What are your thoughts on sisterhood? Do you think that it is a fallacy? What are your solutions? How do you think that we can create real sisterhood with each other? Because I think it's possible. I don't think that it's impossible, as I said, but with what we have, how can we make it work? But thank you guys so much for watching, and take care of yourself, and we'll link up in the next video. Alright, later guys.